What's up, YouTube? It's Francesco Palaccia checking in, taking you guys through my week 4 of Johnny Candito's linear strength program. This is called the heavyweight acclimation week. What this is basically, just obviously getting your body used to handling heavier loads. Like if you look at the beginning weeks of this program, we were still in a pretty decent amount of volume, 4 sets with either 12 reps or 8 reps or 10 reps. But, we're finally getting to that heavier weight, dropping the amount of reps by a lot. Probably the most I did all this week on any compound movement was about 4. So, I mean, it was a really good change of pace. But it also, it freaks you out a little bit, in my opinion. Like, just me personally, when, I'm looking through the spreadsheet and I see the amount of weight that I'm supposed to do and seeing how close it is to my actual max numbers, it can kind of like throw you off mentally, in my opinion. And I just want to talk to you guys about the idea of fear, and because I feel like when you get close to your max weight and you're expected to do some pretty decent amount of repetitions, and in your head you're thinking about all the years of training that you've had before, or even months or weeks or whatever, and you don't know if you can handle that weight, and it can throw you off. When you look up the definition of fear, it says it's an emotion induced by a threat perceived by living entities which causes a change in brain and organ function and ultimately a change in behavior, such as running away, hiding, or freezing from traumatic events. Now, weightlifting isn't a traumatic event, guys. So, although you may be you're stuck with this weight and you can't get past the mental barrier of like, wow, this is heavy, but you need to. If you want to be successful in your lifts or just in general with your life, you're going to have to face your fears, and you're going to have to conquer your fears, because your fears never go away. Just because you run away from a problem or you run away from a situation, that doesn't mean it'll disappear. It just means you're not going to face it at that moment. But either way, you're eventually going to have to face your fear and ultimately conquer that fear. Because until you conquer your fear, that fear will just absolutely run your life. I always look at fear as there's two ways that it can be there's two ways in which fear works. It can either be a great motivator, or it can just absolutely shut you down. And the way I look at it as a motivator is that if you're fearful of failure, you will do everything and anything in your power to make sure you don't fail. You don't want to fail because the fear of failure is just too great in your eyes. So because you're so afraid to fail, you're going to work harder than ever to make sure you don't fail. And then the way that it works, fear can work against you, is that it just shuts you down completely. You don't even think to try. You don't even want to try, because the idea of being unsuccessful just stops you from doing anything. And I feel like if you let that happen, guys, you might just live like a really awful life because you're afraid to go and chase your dreams. Like, if you're not willing to do everything in your power to become as successful as you can, then I don't know, just like it just seems like life would be kind of boring that way, in my opinion. Just going through the motions, doing what you know you can do, and never going outside of your comfort zone. That just leads to a really boring, normal life. And if you're never willing to face that fear that you have, you're never going to know if you're strong enough or if you're able to conquer it. If you just live in that box that you made for yourself and you never go outside the box, or you never look outside the box, and you never think to challenge yourself enough to become better, then you won't progress. You won't become better. You won't become stronger. And I don't know, guys, that's just like what this week of training made me realize. It just like, you have to learn to believe in yourself. You have to become more confident in yourself, and then you have to challenge yourself in order to conquer any obstacle or any fear that is in your life. So that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll let you watch the last few clips raw. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.